what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the supernatural horror film The Conjuring Rites. Now this is the 9th installment in the Conjuring Universe, and this is supposed to be the final installment too, so like the Conjuring Universe is supposedly like ending. But I know for like the recent like box office success of this film, I'm hearing now they might change it or something, because I'm hearing that they're working like on a TV series in the Conjuring Universe, and plus it's also, I think I'm hearing like a prequel they're planning on doing to the Conjuring films, like a prequel. But I'm hearing that James Wan, he might not be involved in it, so that's probably what makes it kind of different, you know. But anyway, this particular film is directed by Michael, I think you pronounce it Chavs or Shavs, and he's the one who directed the previous film in the Conjuring film series. But this particular film does have Vera Farmiga returning to the role of Lorraine Warren, and Patrick Wilson returning to the role of Ed Warren too as well. Now this particular film, you get like a glimpse of like what happened like in their past. You get to see like the birthing of them becoming like I guess you could say like supernatural like hunters and stuff like that. That hunt like ghosts and spirits and stuff like that. Because you get to see like the birth of like their daughter, known as Judy. And I don't want to go into it too much because it kind of spoils the film, but the film does open with like a young Lorraine and a young Ed investigating like a supernatural incident at this particular like house. And it turns out this same incident is kind of like the bulk of the film, because this is basically what the film itself is about. This same incident comes back to them like later, like in their elder life, and they have to confront this supernatural thing that they have fought like in their past, like when they were first started. So that's kind of interesting, you know. But this particular film, the film does open with Lorraine having her daughter, who is supposedly dead, but she just keep praying to God, saying, "Please God, bring the baby back, bring the baby back." Then the baby does wake up, and of course that becomes like Judy, their daughter, you know. So that was kind of cool how that happened right there. But the film, as it goes on, when it jumps back into like present day, which is like 1986, you have like this one family known as I think the Smurl family, and this is based like on a true life incident. But like all the Conjuring films, well, you know, were based like on like true life like incidents that they had to investigate, like Ed and Lorraine. So the Smurl family, their house apparently is like haunted, just like in the other like Conjuring films, where you have moments where like the family has been hunted, and that's why Ed and Lorraine come there to like exorcise like the demon or something like that, to get it out the house or to get it out the family, you know. So that's kind of like the same thing that's kind of going on with this particular film. And it turns out this family has been hunted by the same like supposedly demon that Ed and Lorraine encountered like back in the 60s, like when they were like younger, when they first even had like their baby, you know. So yeah, the film it's pretty cool. I mean, it's okay. It's just like kind of very similar to how like the other Conjuring films is. I must admit, I do feel like the scares be kind of like cheap at times, because you know they could have like done better than like, oh wow, you know. It feels like it could have been like done better than what it did. Like some of the scares that they do have, and there are like some tense like moments too. And it could be very bloody and like graphic too at times. Like it's like a lot of scenes with like blood flowing, or the girls like throwing up blood because like glasses, and I don't want to spoil it, you know. But at the same time, it's like a lot of the people, it's like you don't really have to worry about the victims. You sure like they're okay, like they're okay. You don't have to worry about them dying. So I always thought that was kind of like flawed. But at the same time, like I said, some of the scares I feel like could have been better. Like they had like scares, you know, that could have been like way more scarier than this, you know. But it's still like it's pretty, I guess you could say, like a solid entry like in the Conjuring series. And you can tell they are trying to tie this up, because there's like a lot of like conclusions and wrap-ups, you know, in this particular film. I like how you can see moments, but I don't want to spoil it, where people from like the other films that like, show up to like actually send it off. I thought that was kind of cool how they did that. If you like that, you know, like the series, you could say some of the same actors and actresses from like the other films who return in this one to actually give it like a send-off. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I think that was them. They weren't even like in makeup, like the person they played this particular character. That I won't spoil. I'll just leave it there. But it was pretty cool. And you get to see like hints of some of the other stuff that were like in some of the other films, like the Annabelle doll, that kind of shows up kind of frequently in the film. Not overboard, you know, but it's like she does pop up a lot, like cameos, like Annabelle. They keep showing like her sometimes throughout the film. So I thought that was kind of cool. But at the end, I guess I could touch on like some of the other characters. Like the Smurl family, you have Janet Smurl, she's played by Rebecca Calder. Jack Smurl, he's played by Alien Colwyn. Then you have like their daughters, like there's like, I think it's like what, two daughters or three daughters. There's even a grandpa. It's a bunch of like, it's like a big family because they always have like big meals with the whole family together, and that's when they are witnessing these like hunting type events, you know, where there's like a ghost messing with their phone, or like a ghost has like the father of the family like floating in the air, and like whoa, and they are witnessing this stuff, you know. But I'll leave it at that. But then you also have this guy known as Tony Sparrow, and he's Judy's boyfriend. He's played by Ben Hardy. Now he has like another part that's kind of interesting in the film, because apparently he had witnessed like a situation where it takes him into like the world of believing like God and supernatural type things, because somebody pointed like a shotgun at him or something like that, because he used to be like a former police officer who has retired. And everybody's trying to figure out why he had retired. Now that was why he had an incident with somebody aiming a shotgun at him, you know. And then he started to believe more into like faith and all that kind of stuff. That's why he joined them. Plus he's really in love with like Judy or whatever, because at one point he would like proposes to her, like want to get married to her and stuff like that. But I'll just leave it at that. But overall, at times I kind of feel like it was a C, but it was a much better film. It's just like a very slow burn type film, slow pace type film. But I'm going to give it a B minus. And this is my review for The Conjuring Last Rites. And again, this is supposed to be like the final film in the whole Conjuring Universe. So I don't think they're going to be in like non-films or Annabelle, you know, they're going to even do those. Cause I know they canceled the Crooked Man, you know. But anyway, please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.